Khaled Hosseini is the author of The Kite Runner. He has also written 1,000 Splendid Suns. He was born in Kabul in 1965. His father worked as a diplomat employed at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Kabul, and his mother was a teacher. He grew up in Kabul, and in 1980, when the Afghanistan was ruled by a communist government closely connected to the Russian army, his family moved to California, where his father applied for political asylum. Hosseini started his studies and earned his terminal degree of medical doctor at the University of San Diego. He practiced medicine, and at the same time he developed his writing skills. In 2003, he published his first novel, The Kite Runner, a real editorial case with an incredible success. It has been considered the third most famous book in the US. In Italy, it has sold 2 million copies. In 2007, the second novel, 1,000 Splendid Suns, was published. The success of these novels increased the curiosity of DreamWorks, the famous Steven Spielberg's film production company, that acquired the rights of the two novels. In March 2003, it launched the film The Kite Runner. The protagonist, Amir, Baba's son, a wealthy merchant in Kabul, lives with his father in a luxurious villa. Amir's mother died when he was born, and for this reason, Baba considers him responsible for his wife's death. In their villa live Ali, Amir's father's servant, and his son Hassan, Amir's best friend and his inseparable playing companion. The two boys spend their days kite fighting in the peaceful city of Kabul. Game considered as national sport of Afghanistan. The harmony between them is suddenly reduced when a terrible fact involves Hassan because of Amir. At this point of the novel, the behavior of these protagonists radically changes. The Soviet Union militarily intervenes in Afghanistan, and this causes the total separation of the two families. Amir and his father Baba escape to the US, while Ali and Hassan remains in Afghanistan, seeking refuge in some of the more safety places of the capital. 25 years later, Amir marries Soraya, fellow refugee and the General Taheri's daughter. They live in San Francisco, and Amir develops his writing skills. However, it does not restore the relation between his father, Baba, who a little later dies. One day, Rahim Khan, Baba's closest friend, calls Amir. Rahim wants to meet him in order to face an heavy situation that involves his friend Hassan. Amir returns in Afghanistan. From Rahim, Amir learns about Hassan and his son Sorab, and what happened in that years. The little boy orphaned when Taliban killed his parents. Rahim asks Amir to go to Kabul and rescue Sorab and then carry him in the US. Amir continues to search and meet Asif, the Taliban leader, in order to face him and rescue Sorab. Sorab helps Amir out of the Taliban house, and they escape from Kabul. Amir takes Sorab back to America. Sorab cannot forget his past of violence, but in the end, Sorab only gives a lopsided smile when he looks at the colored kites flying in the sky of America, a more free country than Afghanistan. Amir Hosseini is not afraid to write in a cruel and sharp way. The simplicity and the number of details used in the descriptions of his novels allow the reader to directly enter in the text, especially in the most significant scenes that constantly touch the human sensibility. In The Kite Runner, as well as A Thousand Splendid Suns, the second novel, Hosseini uses two specific kinds of protagonists. In the first one, children, then women. They are both victims of a difficult reality of violence and total disdain by the villains of the novel. The most shocking thing is that Hosseini not only writes a novel, but he also describes some daily inhuman realities that we imagine to be too far away. However, they leave an indelible mark in the life of people living in places that are nearer to us than we think. After reading the book, the expectation before watching the movie is higher, but the transposition of the story read in almost 400 pages cannot show the strength of the mental images and the meticulous description of details that are typical of the text. These expectations are confirmed watching the film, a beautiful movie, but the strength of the text often gets lost in the images. Some of them are very intense, such as the scene of the city that takes part in the kites competition. Then, the immediate thought to the fact that this funny sport for young boys is later forbidden by the Taliban regime. Some political and social criticism have been made to the film. Giancarlo Zappoli accurately remarked the omission of the silence concerning the arms supply by the Americans to tackle the Soviets. Another important factor is the convinced skills of the young actors, both Afghans, who have risked heavy penalties when they filmed the act of sodomize, a scene delicately showed in the film. The movie was filmed in China. In fact, as suggested by critics, if we read the credits of the film, we can see that as background appear the Chinese territories that obviously border the Afghanistan. There are a lot of differences between the novel and the film, also confirmed by critics and online forums. In the novel, Amir teaches Hassan to read, but in the film, Hassan learns it by himself. In the film, the body disability of Ali and the cleft lip of Hassan are not showed. Baba's character is slightly changed. In the book, he is corpulent and very severe, and he spends short time with his son. In the film, he has a more athletic body and a more normal relation with Amir. In the film, the detail concerning Sanaubar, Ali's wife and mother of Hassan, who meets her son and takes care of Sorab when she's old, is omitted. In the film, the sterility of Amir and Soraya is slightly showed, and a great part of their married life in America is cut. Some of other main scenes are also cut, such as the meeting between Amir and Omar Faisal. his driver's brother. That is important in order to understand the poverty of Afghanistan people. Also, when Amir is hospitalized and his nightmares after rescuing Sorab, the visit in the Islamabad mosque that justifies the Sorab's escape, the difficult attempt of Amir to take Sorab in the US and his adoption.